Take two. This is Sara Ayler from softflexcompany.com. We had a little bit of a technology hiccup there at 3 o'clock, and we weren't streaming to Facebook for some reason, even though it said we were. So we're going to check it this time. Hopefully it connects this time. And it looks like it may have just connected. And so all of our viewers will be able to see us, and that'll make it a little bit better. Hi, Christy on YouTube. I see you. So we're going to be making a really fun little colorful snowflake today. I was playing around. We have these new 5mm fire polish bundles. And so I had taken one apart for a design that I did last week. And so I decided I would play around with it and make some really cute little snowflakes. And then I just added one of those sweet little tiara cast bells onto it. You can use an ornament like this as a present if you want. You can tie it with a bow to the top of a package. I was saying before I needed to restart that for people like my bosses, I often will go the extra mile in my Christmas packaging and make it look extra special. And so if you take something like this that's really sparkly and you wrap it with ribbon to the top of the present, it looks really, really amazing. And then of course you can make a bunch of them and hang them on your own tree or hang them as a garland from your fireplace or your windowsill, whatever it is that where you need that little bit of extra sparkle. So I'm going to make another one of these today, and then I was going to play around with this shape as well to make a snowflake. I was thinking this could be really pretty. We had a couple of these in our retro Christmas design kit, and I think they would make really fantastic snowflake arms. So I'm gonna open that up and play with it as well. Right now we have 20% off at softflexcompany.com on all of our new items. That includes the bead bundles. So I'm going to show you our new bead bundles that went up this week. They were in our live cyber sale, and now they're up on the website. They're already marked 30% off because you're buying in a bundle, and then you can get an additional 20% off this week only. And those are the beads that I'm going to be using today in my snowflake with our Softflex craft wire. Thank you for being here. I know this is such a busy time of year. We've got Christmas coming up next week. I know a lot of you are probably doing your last minute shopping and planning and decorating. So thank you for taking time out to spend a little bit of time with us here at Softflex. And I'm going to get down to business. So let me flip this around and let's take a look at what we've got here. So first things first, let's talk about the bead bundles. So there are two different sizes of fire polish that we have. We have a really beautiful blue bundle and a really beautiful red and pink bundle. And these are, I think, 2mm? No, 3mm. So they would normally, this particular one would normally be $60. We're selling it for $30 as its regular sale price for being a bundle. And then you can get another 20% off on this week only. So pop it into your cart. Anything from the new product category on the website, pop it into your cart and you will see the discount appear. And same with this one. These are bundles of 20 beads, or 20 strands of beads. So you're going to get a bunch of different colors and a nice mix of colors that will work well together. And this is the same price, just a different color bundle. These are the only ones that are 50% off. I think it's because they were 20 strands. And Rosa decided to do 50% off rather than 30%. So you get an extra deep discount on these beads. So you can grab those at Softflex. And then we've got some 5mm options. Let's see how many color options we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the one that I opened makes 5. 5 color options. These are regularly $36. We're doing 30% off on them, $25.20, and then you will get an additional 20% off this week only because they're in the new product category. So the sale applies to them this week if you want to grab those. This is what I'm going to be using today in my snowflake. I might use some of the colors from the bundle I already opened. I was also eyeing this really pretty blue bundle, and then the grays and blacks and silvers I think could be really fun to play around with and make some snowflakes. So we'll see. I might open some other things up there. We had some extra strands of these from the live sale. We had a bunch of these. I think they're so stinking cool. I want to just wear it just like that. They're so cool. We had a few of these, not a bunch. We had a few left. We had a bunch for the live sale, but only a few left. And so I told Rosa I wanted to throw them up on the website because I know there's probably a web shopper out there that doesn't do the live sales that would really, really dig these for some funky earrings and neat centerpieces. And I just think it's a really, really neat bead. So that went online. These sweet pieces went online. We're going to make a snowflake with these today. I think I haven't worked out how that one's going to happen, but we'll figure it out like we always do. And then today we added a bunch of the baby daggers, which are pretty cool. Let's see how many colors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. You can buy them individually, or you can buy the bundle of these, also marked down 30%, and you get the additional 20% off this week only with the new product sale. So all of these items are 20% off in addition to whatever discount they already have. So I don't think these were discounted because they're single strands, but if you buy the bundle, then you get that extra special big discount. And you can get 20% off on these just by themselves, but no second discount, I guess is the point. Okay, so we've got that going. We've got our Golem Studio sets we also put up on the website. I think there's only 3 left in each one. So if you wanted to nab one of those, do it quickly. We have this beautiful snowman set, and then we have the reindeer set, which I wore to my holiday parade last weekend. I got so many compliments on it. It's super cute. I ended up buying it because I just love that necklace, and I thought I'll probably wear this every Christmas. So I got the reindeer set, but I think the snowman set's really cute too because you can wear it past Christmas. You know, like it's kind of just a wintry guy. And I took out my tier cast charms because I thought we might want to do some of this kind of stuff where we stack the charm on top of the beautiful snowflake. I don't know. We'll see. This was my first attempt. It turned into a star because I only used 5 beads in the center, but you can use the same pattern to make a star if you want to. I was thinking this could be really cute if you've got a really small tree at home. You could make a little star topper for it using some check glass beads. Would be so adorable. Really, really lovely. Okay, so let's make our first snowflake, and then we will get going. I also wanted to show you these. Remember when I made this earlier this year? So you can also do things like make poinsettias. I made stars for the top of this tree. I made a cute little star using those pip beads. So there's a lot of options when you use your craft wire and beads. You can do a lot of different kinds of things. So let's pick our colors for our next one. I'm kind of thinking I should open up the silvers and do one in all silver. I think that could be really pretty. And then we'll go back to doing more of the retro colors when we get to that. Does that sound like a good plan? So let me open this up. Free the beads. And I think we'll do the silvers. Maybe like an all silver one, just to see what it looks like. Oh, I see Christy's saying blue. Do blue. Okay, I can do a blue one too. Definitely. Blue would be really pretty. And it would match my living room. I'm a blue person. Let me open up one and then we'll see if we need the other one or not. Okay. Make some space here. All right, so I'm going to get out some 26 gauge. I'm going to make this exact one first, and then we'll play around with some things I haven't done on the fly and see if we can make it work, okay? This is the Snowflake craft wire. It is a copper core craft wire. It has a silver plating, and then it has a coating over it that makes it stay that bright silver, protects the silver plating over time so that it is non-tarnishing and hypoallergenic. So this is the 26 gauge, and just going to grab a little bit. Have you ever noticed there's this little note on here? Hold wire when opening. You know why? Because sometimes it will go and just unspool. And that's kind of annoying. So always hold your wire and then just clip it back in place. And that way you don't have to worry about that happening. And then you want to just take your nylon jaw plier and run it over the top. Hey, Robin, I'm glad you're here too. Thanks for being here. I know it's like that busy time of year where it's hard to do stuff like this. For us. Yeah, those are my best sound effects. I'm not a great sound effects person. Okay, so I'm using the 26 gauge silver plated. I got some other gauges out because I'm going to show you some other ornaments today as well. So I have them handy just in case, but we're going to start with the 26 gauge. I imagine you might be able to use a little bit thicker, but probably don't want to go any thinner. And I'm going to string 6 of these beads. These are 5mm check fire polish beads. So a pretty common bead, 2, 4, 6. And I'm just going to go back in that first bead and then pull to make a circle. And that's going to be the center of my snowflake. And then next, I'm going to take my end of my wire, and I think what I did was I strung 2 beads, if I remember. String 2 beads. And I made kind of a snowflake arm here, like that. And then I just went on the outside of the top bead, but through the center of the bottom bead. And just pull that down to make your arm. And then this little part here is going to be the back of your snowflake where that wire is showing. And then you just take your wire and string it through the center bead here to go to the next snowflake arm. You want to be careful anytime it's looping like that. It might create kind of a kink. So just kind of straighten it out and then pull it taut again. You don't want to ever kink your craft wire because it will work harden and snap. It's delicate, especially when you're using a thinner gauge like this. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I bet so many people are busy right now. And I imagine a lot of you are going to watch this on the replay later in the day. And that's totally fine. I get it. I have 3 kids. This is a really busy time of year for us. And, we're actually finishing up our independent study program before Christmas. And then for the first time in over a year and a half, my 2 big kids will be going back to school after Christmas. And so I'm in marathon mode where I'm in that very last bit. I just have to make it through this week. And then I am no longer a learning coach. I can go back to just being mom. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am about that. I'm really, really excited to be able to go back to somewhat normal. I haven't talked about it too much on the lives because I don't like to spend my time complaining with you guys, but it has been really difficult. Our company is located in California, Northern California, and I could have sent my kids back sooner. I chose not to. I chose to wait until they were vaccinated, and there's a lot of there's a lot of judgment about that, but that's what made sense for our family. And so that's what happened, and it's been a long haul. It's been a very long haul. So I will be jumping for joy when I make it through to Friday this week, you guys. It is going to be amazing. You see how I'm kinking that ever so slightly? You just want to be really careful because you do all this work, you don't want it to snap and break on that kink. So kind of keep an eye on it when you're making your arms, that you're not kinking it too much. Oh, Anissa, I love to hear that. Anissa's saying, Sara, this is nice. I appreciate it. I didn't know how to make this. Oh, good. I love that. Yeah, that's so true, Thomas. Craft wire retains its shape, different results with stringing or beading wire. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Cindy's saying this is beautiful. No, I don't go to craft shows. We just sell the wire and the tools and supplies so that you guys can make it and go to craft shows. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do my next arm. And you can make this in a lot of different ways. I should also note that. And in fact, as soon as I'm done with this one, I'm going to break open this shape and try it out and see if I can make it in that shape. I'm not sure if it'll work, but I'm going to try it and we'll see how it goes. And then of course you can switch out the colors. Like I'm using a more subtle color here. You could use a clear crystal color if you wanted. Or you can do, more of a retro feel like I did here with the browns and reds. So lots of options for personalizing it. And then obviously you can add charms like I did with the little bell, which can be a lot of fun too. And don't worry too much about where your bend comes down. Oh, the sun's coming out. We've had a lot of rain here in Northern California. I'm scared I'm gonna snap the wire, so I'm just gonna fidget with it to get it where I want it first, which I think is down here. There you go. We've had a ton of rain here in Northern California, and the sun hasn't really been out. Let me switch my shades so we're not getting overexposed here. All right. So this is where we're at. So if you do find that it's where you don't want it to be, just move it. Easy. Oh, no. We used to go to a lot of bead shows, but we haven't been doing bead shows for several years. Even before COVID, we weren't doing bead shows. We focus mostly on online at this point. It's just an easier way for us to connect. We sell our product worldwide and not just to retail customers, but we sell our products to many bead stores, hobby and craft stores. We have an exclusive deal with the Home Shopping Network. They only use Softflex in their design. So we work with designers in that way as well. Also Tiffany Company and a few other really well-known names in the jewelry industry. So we found after a period of time that doing bead shows wasn't just the best way for us to connect. We love to go to bead shows. Let's see, are those a drop to the side of you or daggers? Oh, these ones? These are some new mini daggers that we just put in the shop. So I think I said we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have 8 new strands of mini daggers. You can buy them individually and you'll get 20% off because they're in the new products category. Or you can buy them as a bundle and it will have a built-in 30% off, and then you get that same new product 20% off on top of the 30. Okay. And I'm almost to my last arm. Thanks for hanging in there with me while I'm stringing it up. And I'm just going to go through, again, I'm going through the center. And you want to be delicate and careful. You don't want it to make a circle like that, kind of straighten it out. And when you do get a little pinch like that, just come in with your chain nose and unpinch it. And just be delicate and careful. You don't want to snap the wire. This is 26 gauge, so it is pretty thin. And there we go. Now, if I want to end this piece off, what I can do is just simply wrap it now around that center, and then I'll be able to trim it off so it's just out of my way. I just wrapped it 2 or 3 times, and then I can come in with my cutters. Yeah, Christy, we are in all of the Hobby Lobbies. Thank you, Rosalinda. Yeah, I do have a wrap bracelet. There is a YouTube tutorial for that on our YouTube channel. Hi, Anissa. She says, if I don't, I'm calling the company to place an order. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can find us at softflexcompany.com. And I don't know, our office is open until 4 o'clock Pacific time. So it's probably getting ready to close up. But if you email info@softflexcompany.com, someone can call you tomorrow and help you with your order if you need to do it by phone. So I'm doing the very last arm now of the snowflake. And I'm just going to go back in. And pull that tight. There we go. And now I'm going to add some more beads around the outside. And the way that I did that was I just kind of pulled up on my wire. You could totally leave it just like this if you wanted to. It's good just like this, but I thought it'd be fun to add a few more beads. So I added another one up here. So we're going to make another row basically. So I'm pulling up a little bit on the wire, and then I'm going to add a bead. Settle it into place. And then what I did was I just wrapped around the bottom of the next arm. So do you see how I just wrapped around the bottom of the next arm below this bead? We're going to do it a couple times so you'll be able to see it. Okay. So I'm putting the bead in place, and then I'm wrapping around that bottom and kind of anchoring it in place between the two snowflake arms. And then I can go on to the next one. Do you guys have any questions about this snowflake? Let me know what questions you have about the snowflake, and I'll be happy to answer them. So I'm adding a bead, and then I'm just going to wrap to add it. Easy, right? Super cute. Very simple, but very beautiful. That's my favorite kind of project. Rosalinda, very simple, but very beautiful. I love that. Oh, I love to hear that you're excited to make them. Hi, Kim. I'm glad you're here. I'm using a 5mm size fire polish from our new bundles that are available on the website. And Susanna says she'll have to watch the replay. I can also do it in another color. They come together pretty quickly. And I'm going to do it with this strand as well. If you stick around, I'm going to test out that shape for the parts of the snowflake that are sticking out, the snowflake arms. Okay, one more bead. Oh, one strand was just barely enough. Look at that. Just barely made it. And I'm going to get that into place between the two beads and then do a quick wrap. You can always replay this video while you're making them to make it easy to see what I did. I'm going to twist all those to the back of the snowflake. And the back is the part that has the wire showing, whereas this would be the front. Cute, right? Okay, so I'm trying to remember what I did. I feel like I went up through the bead, but maybe not. I might have wrapped around the outside. So I'm just going to do a quick wrap around this to get myself up to the top where I can make a, and I'm going to string it through here, where I can make a loop for connecting. So I just did a wrap around, and then I went underneath the wire so that I could get it connected. And now I'm just going to straighten out that wire as best as I can and make a little loop for connecting. So I'm thinking I will make my loop the smallest size on my multi-size plier around the side and then around the top. And then I can just kind of hold on to that and do some wrapping. So this is very delicate again because it's only 26 gauge. It probably would not be perfect for being wearable. You could probably get away with it, but it would probably eventually snap because it is so delicate. It is great for an ornament that just sits. That's not going to get really a lot of abuse or wear and tear. It'll work real well. And then if we want to add a sweet little charm, we can always do that. We could do the dove. We could do this cute little snowman. I can hear my wind chime going nuts outside because we have a storm blowing in again here in Northern California. So I'm going to open up my jump ring and grab my charm and my snowflake and then close it back down. And then I'll add one more jump ring so it's facing the way that I want it to face. And then we'll make a little one of these guys. So this was the original that I made. If you like some more bright colors, you could do that. Of course, you could do it in blues or reds or greens. Here we have it more in a gray, a clear crystal, I think would be stunning. I'm going to get an 18 gauge for the wire hook. And I'm using that same Softflex craft wire. This would be really cute as an embellishment on a package. It would be cute as a standalone gift. Okay, so to make one of these rings, it's just like when I make an ear wire, I'm just using a little bit thicker of a wire. So I'm going to use the smallest ring first to make where I connect with my ornament. And then I'm going to use the biggest size to make the hook part. So, and you can make it however you want. You could add another little loop down there if you wanted to. You could make this a little spiral if you wanted to, give it a little bit of fun whimsy. I would work hard in this using a wire whacker, which I can pull out and show you. Always work harden your craft wire when it's a shape like this that is freeform, especially if it's something that's like hanging. You never know, especially if you have little kids like I do, when they're going to come up and grab it. Okay, so this is the wire whacker, and you guys have seen me use this before. So whatever shape you make, you're going to smack it. I'm going to send Kristen's dogs into a tizzy. She always avoids using it in her house because her dogs go a little a little nuts. Not here. I love a good wire whacker. And I could even add a little more, thinking I might add a little more of a cute little thing. You could put beads on this too if you wanted to. Open it up and slip on your piece. And I'm just trying to make sure I've got the front facing the right direction here. Looks like I didn't get my jump ring closed up properly either. Not totally surprising. Okay. There we go. Look at that cute little ornament with a nice little dove on top. You could do the snowman. You could do a lot. You could just do the ornament itself if you wanted. I imagine you could make these arms longer if you've got 2 strands of the 5mm fire polish. You could go 3 deep and then 2 deep here if you wanted to. Some other options, of course, for playing around with it. And then let me try, I want to try these ones. I think this will be fun because I haven't tried them yet. Let's see what, let me see what color I have that I would want to do with them. I can do kind of this orangey red. I've got this really soft color. And then of course I've got all these blacks and silvers as well. I'm thinking I kind of like the orangey red with it as the center. Let's try it. So these are for sale as of today at softflexcompany.com. And since they're in the new products category, you're going to get 20% off on them. There's a really limited supply of these because they went into the kit. And then we put them in the live sale too. So I don't think there were a ton of these available. If you wanted to grab one, do it soon. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my 26 gauge again and get a decent sized length to work with. Always run my nylon jaw pliers over my wire to get going. Okay. I'm excited. I've been wanting to make this one. We'll see. This is my on camera, DIY attempt, never been tried before. So I do this sometimes if you're brand new to my live show. Sometimes it works out great. Sometimes it doesn't. So most of the time it works out great, or I wouldn't keep doing it. But you never know. So there it is. We'll see. We'll see how it works this time. Okay, so I did 6 again, and these are the 5mm fire polish that were in the Spice Market bundle, I think is what I'm using. It's getting so dark because of the storm coming in. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to get my light down here. All right. So I'm going to, instead of doing the fire polish, I was going to try doing this as my snowflake arm. So I'm just pulling my wire out, and then I'm going to go with the bigger side of the drop first and slide that into place. And then I'm going to do the same thing I was doing with that other fire polish. I'm just going to take it down the outside. You probably could string a bead up here on the top and then go back down through the bead, would be another way to do it. I'm just going to go on the outside. The nice thing about ornaments that I love is people they're not as picky about how you do things as they are with jewelry. So having a little bit of craft wire showing isn't as big of a deal as it might feel. if you were making a piece of jewelry. There we go. And now I'm going to do the next one. We'll see if it looks okay in the end. I love this shape. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to go down the back and then through that next bead. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, the best way to tell me that you like watching our videos is by clicking that thumbs up sign and giving us a heart. That lets us know we're doing a good job with our projects and that you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, you could wrap the wire around the bead. I will, I can definitely try that on one of these. So I could go like so, giving it a little bit more of a look. Robin, I think that's a nice idea. Very pretty, since we're just playing around. I'm happy to try out your ideas too. I like that. I think that looks nice. Let's see if it stays put when I pull it through. So again, always being really careful when it makes like one of these little kinky guys. Try to straighten it out as best you can before you pull it through the bead so you don't end up snapping the wire. Yeah, it did a little bit. It still kind of kept the curve a little bit. I might have to wrap it around more times than that to keep that curve. And if you see you've got a little kink in your wire, you can also get your nylon jaw pliers. Mine have beads on them because I've got beads coming out my you know what over here. There's so many beads. We have a lot of beads in our website right now. Nice. That looks cool. I like it. And it definitely looks a little bit nicer than just the straight one that I was doing. I like that idea. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, I like that look too. Okay. So let's do that again. Now the trick is remembering how did I do that and doing it again. Okay, I think it was something like that. And then I went through. Through the next bead. This would be pretty as a star too. Again, if you have a little Christmas tree, making a cute little star topper with crystals and check glass beads could be so much fun. How's it looking, everybody? What do you guys think? Is it working? Love it. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thanks, guys. Awesome. So all the beads and wire that I'm using here, you can find on our website, which is softflexcompany.com. We're doing 20% off of our new products this week, which is a whole lot of stuff. So we've got new check glass bead bundles that are already discounted 30%. You're going to get the additional 20% off. We have some charms. We have chain, I think, in there. What else do we have in that new category, Kristen and Thomas? I feel like there's just like a lot. We've added so many new things. A lot of check glass in fun shapes. I'm just straightening out this kink because when I pull it through this check glass bead, I don't want it to snap and break, especially not when I'm on my last one, right? I would be like, ugh, all that work. I'm just going to take my tail and I'm going to wrap it around the center. I'm sure Thomas has been linking to that new products category. Lots of daggers. Yes, lots of daggers. We added a lot of daggers today. Okay, now that I've got my tail down, I'm just going to snip it. And I don't need to worry too much about that little piece, but if you want to, you can just kind of tuck it down. It doesn't ever get caught on something and pull your design apart. I'm going to come in and just clean up my wire for my last piece here. I imagine on this last piece, if I want to, I could just make this my top. You know, I don't have to go back down and cinch it into place unless I want to, but it should be okay. My only worry would be this little bend in the wire here over time. But again, ornaments, you know, they don't get as much wear as jewelry does. And then I can come in and make my top. So I'm going to come up next to the bead. Make a nice little circle. I have a bunch of ornaments to show you when I'm done here that I've made over the years using craft wire. So stick around. I can show you some different options. And you know what I can do actually to reinforce that bottom? Let me wrap this like a zillion more times so that I feel like it's secure. Is I could take the end now and go down and do a little wrap down here. And that way I'm kind of just adding that reinforcement for that arm. And I could even come through the center and just do a couple of wraps to tighten it up. And so it's not just pulling from that one place on the craft wire. Yeah, so I have never made this one before. This is brand new to me. And I think it turned out stunning. Pretty happy with it. Let me wrap this one more time and then I will trim off. And there we go. Got a sweet little ornament that you can give as a gift, put onto a package, hang on a tree, hang from your, hang in the window. You can make a couple of them and hang them in the window and let the sun catch them. Really, really beautiful. And you could change up the colors in the center. I used a really bright, like red orange, but you could use clear crystals. That would be really pretty, or darken it if you want to with some of the grays or blacks. Really fun. I like ornaments that can, and just decorations in general at Christmas that can transition into winter. So I always enjoy when I take down Christmas, like our Christmas tree and our stockings, like I like to still have some snowmen. And this year I bought a family of gnomes because my husband is part Swedish and gnomes are kind of a tradition in Scandinavia and in Norway and Sweden. I think Denmark as well. And so I bought a family of gnomes this year and I will keep them up through January, maybe even into February over winter. And so sometimes when you make something like this, you know, it can transition into the later part of winter as well. If it's hanging in a window or hanging off of your fireplace mantle or something along those lines. Becky's saying that with AB crystals in a window, it would be pretty. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And Robin, thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Okay, let's look at some other ornaments that I have made over the years. And then I think I might do one more icicle ornament. For those of you that haven't seen it before and want another last minute idea, I love to make these icicle ornaments. Kristen made like 18 of them last weekend or something. Wasn't it, Kristen? I was seeing one. I think you were on Instagram or something talking about making so many of them, which sounded like a lot of fun. You'd still have some beads left. If you bought the strand to make this particular ornament, you would end up with some left over, which is pretty fun. Okay, so some of the other ornaments that I have made. Let's start. Ooh, these are good. You can find these on YouTube. This is a simple star shape made on a wig jig. And I made them in a bunch of different colors. I think I used the 20 or 18 gauge for the exterior. And then I just did some really light wrapping with the 26 gauge wire. And you can add beads too. You could totally add some beads by stringing them in as you're doing your wraps. You could wrap it even more so it's more of a solid star, or leave it kind of loose like I did here where you can sort of see through it. The ornaments do work up really quickly. Kristen is saying that they work up so quick, and she's going to give a friend wants to give them to her neighbors. Oh, well, that's fun. That's a nice little treat. I should give ornaments to my neighbors this year. I've got some really fantastic neighbors, you guys. I've got a few moms that I really rely on in this neighborhood. So Snowflake's craft wire comes in a lot of colors. This is just 4 of those colors, but I made the star in all 4 colors. And I think it's kind of a fun set. You could even do a set of them, would be fun to give as a gift, or again, to hang up all together in one place. So those are the stars. I wanted to go back and look at the trees that I made for Great Bead Extravaganza Takeover. This was right at the beginning of Christmas. I think it was actually, gosh, what was it? Was it right before Halloween? I mean, it feels like a million years ago. I used these sweet little, gosh, what are these called? Petals, I think, on this one. And I made a little star on the top, and then I used them to sort of make little portions of the tree branches. Really fun, very cute. And you can find that video on our YouTube channel. You want to search Coffee and Craft Wire with Kristen and I. Here's another one that I did. We have this big snowman, ceramic snowman that you can find in our shop. Super cute. and I wire wrapped him to the side of a tree, and then I made a poinsettia using some red drops. I think we still have these red drops in our shop as well. It's another good item that kind of transfers over past Christmas, is a poinsettia. And here is one where I took a teeny tiny Santa, and I think that just makes it perfect. And I made a garland with these beautiful white pips. So the pips and the drops also come in a bundle, and they're also in the new products category. So you can get multiple colors in the bundle. They're 30% off regularly, and you get an additional 20% off this week. So, and you don't need a coupon code or anything. I believe everything in that category will just automatically be discounted when you add it to your shopping cart. Is that right, Kristen? There's my little poinsettia at the top. So you can get a really good deal on Check Glass if you're ready to buy it kind of in bulk. And then here is the one that we looked at earlier, also with the pips, this time a gold pip. Yeah, these were all coffee and craft wire, and we did it at the end of October, if you're looking for the video, and maybe Thomas has posted the video. Oh yeah, there he goes. This is an older one that I did. It is a wire snowman. You can find this on YouTube as well, in our holiday crafts playlist. Super duper cute. Yeah, Kristen says just add the bundle to the cart or any of the items in the new products section, and you will get the discount. So she's saying not valid with other order discounts. And what that would mean is it's not valid if you're a designer. But if it's marked 30% off, like the bundles, you will get the 20% off on top of that. And that if you are a designer, what you want to do is just check out as a guest, and that will allow you to get that deal. So I thought this was cute. You can take a little ribbon and make your snowman a sweet little scarf. Lots of fun. You can learn how to do this, like I said, on a YouTube that I did several years ago. There's a cute little wreath. You can also find this on YouTube. This is really pretty in green or white as well. We have a great white bead strand. Let me see if I have that handy. I'm gonna use it anyway for my icicle ornament. I might as well grab it. More beads. I've got beads, beads, beads all over. The special just started today, Margaret, and it lasts through next Tuesday. So you can see this could be really pretty in white. You don't even have to do much to your bead strand. You just string it on some Snowflake craft wire. This is the 18 gauge craft wire. Make a nice round shape. Make a loop and a hook, and you've got a really beautiful ornament ready to go. Yeah, super fun, super easy. Same with the icicle, which I'm going to do here in just a minute. I'm going to use this strand, and again, kind of fast and easy to put something together in an ornament shape from one of these bead strands. I did one already. I'm going to do it a different way this time. I used a thinner gauge. I did this on an Instagram reel, I think, or a TikTok, or probably both. I used a thinner gauge on this. I think I used like a 20 gauge. I like a thicker wire better. It holds its shape a little bit better. And then I also really like going back up, because I feel like that makes it just a little bit more substantial as well. This one was nice though, because it's a little more delicate. I've got a lot of little beads on there, and then I instead of going from big to small, I went from small to big and added a sweet little snowman ornament at the bottom. So let's make a ornament like this, and then I will let you guys get moving because it's holiday season and I know you are all probably pretty busy out there. So I'm going to do it all from this strand. So you only need to get this strand if you want to make the same thing. So I'm going to undo my beads and then I'm going to reorganize them in a shape that I think makes sense for an icicle. So I'm going to start at the top with my biggest bead and work my way down to a smaller bead. So maybe I will do like white and then this guy here, and maybe I will do one of these crystally beads, and I can save these two for earrings. I'll set those up there because I don't need everything. White. I probably want to be just like a little bit longer. So I could even do maybe like 3 whites here at the bottom and do these in between them. And there isn't something really perfect for the very bottom. Maybe just this little silver piece, something along those lines. I've also got these little rondelles. So I'm going to get out my 18 gauge Snowflake craft wire. And I'm going to take out a decent amount because I'm going down and then I'm wrapping it back up. So you need a pretty decent size. I'm going to take my nylon jaw pliers just like I normally would and straighten. I'm just going to do it off camera because I've got so many loose beads on my bead table. I don't want to accidentally knock them everywhere. And 18 gauge is a little more unwieldy than the other gauges. Okay, I'm going to go to one end and make my loop where I'm connecting. So I come in, like 1.5 inches from the top, make my 90-degree angle, wrap over the top, come to the side, wrap it around, and got my beautiful, perfect little loop. Hold that with my chain nose and then just a couple of wraps here so that it is secure. All right. Trying to decide if I want to, I think it'll work well, but I'm going to string my beads. And see how my pattern does. Well, maybe I'll use this really sparkly one up here. Ooh, I think I want to put a little metal around it. So I'm going to add on the metal. Sorry, I'm so off camera. It's just this 18 gauge is really tough to not hit the beads and make them all go running. I think I want to go see what this looks like. Ooh, yeah, I'm liking that. It's looking good to me. So next up, I'm going to do the same cover and bead. So this is all using our Sparkle and Shine bead strand, which you can find in our shop at softflexcompany.com. These make fantastic gifts. Like Kristen said, she was making a bunch for a friend to give to her neighbors. And they're just really easy. They work up quickly. You can do them in lots of different colors. I'm doing white, but if you have leftover beads from other Jesse James bead strands, there's no reason why you couldn't use those. Curious what this will end up looking like. Oh, maybe I will just add that last. I could do 3 on the bottom, or I could do a 4th on the bottom. I'm kind of liking 3. I think I'm just going to go with 3. So you see I just did that little silver bead at the bottom. And then this is where you can decide, am I going to hang a charm from here? If you're going to hang a charm, then you're going to want to make a loop to connect it to. And you could do like the little snowman, which I did on the other one. You could do a little Santa, do a cute little Christmas tree or a nutcracker ornament, or even this sweet little wreath. I love the wreath. Maybe we'll add the little wreath to the bottom of it. Okay, so I'm going to make a loop if that's the case. So I'm going to come in just like I did at the top. And I'm going to make a wire wrapped loop, which is a little hard with unwieldy 18 gauge wire, but we'll make it work without spilling the beads everywhere. And then I'm just going to come out. I can just hold that loop together. Before I wrap it though, I can go ahead and add it, or I can wait and just do it with a jump ring. I think I'll do it with the jump ring just to make it easy. And then I'm going to wrap this around the bottom. And then I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to come up and wrap around individual beads here. And that just kind of reinforces it. Like I said, I feel like it makes it just a little bit sturdier. So I like it. It's not totally necessary. You don't have to do it. You could just cut it off at the bottom. But I feel like it also kind of gives it more of an icicle shape. And then I'm just going to wrap at that top point and trim. And there we go. We've got a really beautiful icicle shape. And now we can connect our wreath by just using a little jump ring. I could make Christmas ornaments for hours, you guys. This is like one of my favorite things to do. It really is. I'm sure you guys don't want to hang out here for hours watching me make Christmas ornaments, but I could seriously just sit and do this and get lost in it and just enjoy myself for hours. Okay, so let's make a little top connector for it so it's complete. And then we are done with this piece. Does anybody else feel like that? Do you love Christmas making? If you love Christmas making, will you give me a heart or a thumbs up? Who are my Christmas makers out there that could just sit and make ornaments or jewelry for presents? And some people get really stressed out by Christmas. And I don't know. I just love it. I just really, really love it. Everything about it. Okay, and then I'm just going to work harden it. So again, you would use that wire whacker and make sure you whack that really good because it is a freestanding piece that's holding your ornament up. So do that, and then you can open up And close it. And there we go. We've got a beautiful little ornament. You can give it as a gift. Again, you can make a bunch of them and hang them from your own tree or your mantle, or in your window. Could be really pretty. This was the Sparkle and Shine bead strand. I only used beads from that bead strand. Whereas this one, I believe, had beads from the Sparkle and Shine bead mix as well as the bead strand. So it had a little bit of both. So you can make them long and skinny and have the wider end be on the bottom, or you can do the reverse and do the bigger end on the top. Lots of different options. Kathy says that she uses them as present toppers instead of bows. I love that idea. I love that. I want to, will you please post a picture of one of your presents this year, Kathy, in the VIB group so that we can see how that looks? I would love to see it. Any other questions, you guys, on some of the Christmas ornaments that I showed you today? Again, if you weren't here earlier, we went over how to make these sweet little check glass snowflakes. We made this beauty using some other new check glass that we have in the shop. And then we made this really pretty Sparkle and Shine icicle ornament. Oh, good. Kathy says she's going to post them for us so we can take a look. Oh, Michelle says she loves making Christmas ornaments. Yeah, click that like button and thumbs up if you are into Christmas and into Christmas making. It is, it's a hard time of year for a lot of people. I was just explaining to my 7-year-old, who of course thinks Christmas is the best thing ever, much like I do. And she was asking me, because I said someone was feeling sad. And she was asking me, how could they feel sad? It's Christmas time. And I was explaining to her that Christmas is a sentimental time, and it can be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, and especially those of us who have lost someone recently, especially in these last couple years, or had big life events that were not good at this time of year. It can be a difficult time, and but I fall on the side of it being magical and fun. And I really enjoy this particular season. So I'm always happy to find my other elves out there that like making and just enjoy everything about the holidays, from Christmas tree lightings to visiting Santa Claus to the presents. And it's just it's like, for me as a maker, it's really is truly the most wonderful time of year. So wishing you a Merry Christmas or whatever happy holiday you celebrate. From my bead table to yours. Thank you for being here with me today. Don't forget, we have 20% off on all of our new products. All of those beads that I showed you today are new, and they're in that category. And if you buy them in the bundle, you get the 30% off plus 20% off. And I totally agree with that, Robin. I think that's a really excellent point. Crafting chases the blues away. And I think that's something to keep in mind if you are feeling sad this holiday season, if you are missing someone, crafting and connecting with other people through our craft community here online is a really excellent way to pep yourself up. And I hope we can help with that. Yeah, Marianne says Yule is for reflection on the good and the sad, for sure. Yeah. And there's been a lot of sad, if we're going to be really honest. A lot of sad in the last 2 years. And so I imagine there's a lot of people out there that that are going through it right now. And our hearts go out to you. So I make Christmas very light and joyful here in my home and then mostly on my videos, but I want you to know if it isn't light and joyful for you that I see you too, and it's okay and it's all right. And I hope a little crafting will help you. Kristen says 100% creativity heals and empowers you. Yeah, I hope we're bringing a little bit of that healing power to all of you out there. So find the fantastic deals that we talked about on our website, which is softflexcompany.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, click to subscribe. We have tons of holiday videos that we have made over the years, lots and lots of ornaments available. So if you liked a lot of the ornaments that you saw today and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go subscribe and then look for the holiday playlist, and it will keep you busy for days because there's tons and tons of ideas there. Love to all of you, and I will see you again soon. I think Kristen will be on Monday, and then I will be back next Wednesday right before holiday break. So I'll be seeing you soon. Oh, make sure you grab your Rosé All Day. You still have time to get it in time for kit reveal day. There are a few left on the website, and kit reveal day is 2 weeks from today. So you've still got plenty of time for it to ship and get to you before I open it up. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I will see you all again very